TIFU by deciding to quit drinking cold turkey. Hello, I am female 22. Started drinking pretty much every night once I turned 21. About an entire sleeve per night for most of the year. I reached a breaking point back in August and finally confessed to everyone in my life I had a problem and I went to detox. I was sober for about 3 weeks. And my last dry day was about a month ago. However, I started drinking again since that. And a lot more this time. I didn't want to have to go through the shame and embarrassment of confessing to everyone again, so I decided to quit cold turkey this weekend while I'm away with my boyfriend's family. I stupidly figured this would be a good idea because I will not be alone at any point. No access to alcohol. And none of them drink. Now I'm freaking myself out because I'm scared I'm going to seize in front of everyone or have hallucinations, etc. Is this going to happen to me? My last drink was earlier today. TLDR. I decided to quit alcohol cold turkey while away for the weekend with my boyfriend's family. You need to tell your BF at least. What's an entire sleeve per night of alcohol? I guess I'm not hip. You should probably continue getting treatment. When you leave detox, you are not cured. It is important to address why you started drinking heavily in the first place. Therapy can be very helpful when overcoming addiction. Tell your BF for sure. If you start to get extremely anxious and shake all the time, with a high heart rate, that's a sign of bad withdrawal. This can be treated by more alcohol. Easiest cure, though not good for you in the long run. Or benzos. You'll need a doctor prescription for this. If you're only a little anxious and mildly tremulous, you'll probably be able to tough it through. Delirium tremens, DTs, is the next level up of nastiness and is actually life-threatening as you can seize and fry your brain. It can be prevented and treated by taking benzos. But this may necessitate an ER visit, which could be awkward. You are way too young to be a hardcore alcoholic. You may be permanently damaging your brain, heart, and liver. So I agree with all recommendations to get back into detox and into a good working relationship with a psychotherapist to explore your motives for returning to alcohol again. It's not unusual to flip-flop, going dry for a few weeks then going back. I killed about 1 liter of 80 proof almost daily from being 21 until about 27. You should be fine since you're pretty young. I personally have gone through withdrawal plenty of times with and without benzos to aid but have never seized. Obviously everyone is going to be different, but some common things that will help are drinking a lot of water, taking magnesium, possibly taking gabapentin if you're worried about a seizure, and many more remedies you can find online. You need to realize that your GABA receptors are a little fried, so you're going to be on edge and everything is going to seem terrible. You'll have some night sweats and heavy dreams too when you finally sleep. It's going to be okay. But also know that it is okay if you need to go to the hospital to detox if you're that worried. I would go ahead and go if you have tremors. You can tell them you feel very ill or you're having a panic attack. There seems to be a lot of shame you're feeling, but I assure you it will be okay. Once you get through this, you never have to go back. I recommend checking out an in-person meeting in your area. I've been dealing with serious addiction since I was about 19 and am finally sober the longest I've been since I picked up drugs and alcohol. PM me if you have some questions, dude. You don't have to do this alone. I drank at least 4 drinks. Usually shots of liquor. Sometimes bottles of beer. A night. 6.5 nights a week for over 10 years straight, with some nights being close to a fifth. And I drank a little less a night for about 5 nights a week for the 10 years before that. I went cold turkey the 1st of January 21 and had no physical withdrawal symptoms whatsoever. It varies from person to person based on unknown factors and, while they are real, withdrawals are psychosomatically exacerbated. It doesn't sound like you drink very much, to be honest. I highly doubt you are at a point where you will be dealing with withdrawal symptoms. You'll be fine. Keep it up. My father passed away from withdrawals from trying to quit cold turkey. He passed laying next to his wife overnight. Someone needs to be awake and watching you, preferably a healthcare professional. As an alcoholic, you will never be cured. You will always struggle. It does get easier, but having a relapse is normal and not something to be ashamed about. It is what you do with a relapse that is most important. You should know this, but equally important, your family and you BF. As for going cold turkey, this might range from feeling anxious, sweating and mild disorientation to death. It depends on how much you drank. Normal to drink more when you have a relapse. Your body tends to start with the alcohol intake you were used to plus a catch-up amount. Your BMI and your general health, you should get medical attention. Now, I should be careful with a subreddit for quitting drinking. I would advise professional help coupled perhaps with that subreddit if you feel a need. Your addiction is not something simple to beat, and it is very specific. Although people mean well, the proposed help is not always the help you need. For some, it is also not a good idea to remain in the company, virtual or in life, of other addicts. From someone who struggled and after 10 years can still struggle, I wish you well. Hope you stay sober and have a good life. This is beyond the scope of Reddit. I would just tell your BF. Shame is not worth your life. And any BF worth his salt would be supportive and not judge you. He should even keep it private for you. My wife is a recovering alcoholic and I kept many secrets for her. Even if it was just her getting sober or going to detox. It's no one else's business really. But I would definitely just play it by the hour. Most likely you will have other symptoms first. Anxiety and a fast heart rate would probably be a decent indication. I think you should be okay, but it's dependent on far too many factors. But yeah, tell the BF. Maybe wait for the first symptoms of withdrawal to tell him if you really don't want to spill the beans. That's my advice anyways. I was an alcoholic since I was 18, so about 12 years. I'd have a minimum of 8 beers and 8 shots a day, with most days ending up with me totaling out about 15 beers and 12 shots. I did the cold turkey thing a few times, and while it wasn't fun for me, I didn't seize in front of anybody. I don't think in the 1 year that you've been drinking heavily, you've changed the chemistry of your body to the point where you need to worry about even the shakes, let alone seizing in front of everyone. I think you'll be just fine. Don't put too much thought into it. You're probably going to be fine, and you're just feeling paranoid cause you're going through withdrawal. I drank for like 14 years and quit cold turkey, and I didn't have anything nearly that adverse. If you were going to have that adverse of a reaction, you would not be functioning as a person. I'm talking laid out in bed with the sweats, puking your guts out, literally unable to physically function without alcohol. That said, you should probably get treatment again, because that's just always better. Be honest with the people in your life, because you and they deserve it. Then get yourself treatment. Also, go to stop drinking. Don't put it off. Literally the best place for sobriety on the internet. I'm not an expert, but I have many years of drinking on you. I think you'll be okay. Just stay hydrated. It's a progressive disease. You will quickly return to the place you quit at, and then get worse. So stopping is a fantastic call. I have lost a few buddies who tried to self-detox from alcohol. If you can go a day without drinking or getting sick, I think you should be safe. If you do already get withdrawals, get real help. To my understanding, After less than 2 years, you're nowhere near what would be considered physically dependent or truly addicted. You have a serious habit. I'm not saying it will be easy to stop, but you shouldn't have physical side effects. Now I only drink Wild Turkey Cool.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.